I'm proud of myself today.
Great.
What did I tell you two and everybody at the beginning of this year?
That you were going to live intentionally.
And guys, I did it again this weekend because it's so easy to get caught up in saying, I'm going to do it next month. And all of a sudden, like 6 months pass and you haven't done anything that you said you wanted to do.
So true.
On a whim, I didn't book this until Friday, but I went to Wilmington, North Carolina for a day trip. I did Wilmington on Saturday, and then yesterday I had a totally different experience. Went from Wilmington city vibes to Wrightsville beach life and that whole area. And I love the fact that you grew up in this area, Sarah. The fact that this was your life growing up, I'm very jealous of because I'm like, man, Wilmington is so much fun to visit. But if you want to do the beach, it's only 20 minutes away and it's a totally different atmosphere. So I have committed to what I've said to you.
Proud of you.
Being more spontaneous, not overthinking stuff like I tend to do, and just going for it.
I like it.
And we had such a great time because, like I said, North Carolina, we have so much to offer, right? And I'm like, I feel like I don't take advantage of that part of it as much as we should. So we did it this week.
And bonus points, if you don't know Kyle, he's pretty frugal. That took money to go on that vacation.
Yes,
it did.
By the way.
Especially when you're booking last minute.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I guess there is a massive event that happens every single year in Wrightsville. And a lot of you probably...
Was it the regatta?
The regatta or the Carolina Cup, something like that. But either way, I'm like, why is it so hard to get a hotel room in Wilmington the last weekend of April? I'm like, it's not July. And then somebody at Tower 7, by the way,
I knew you went there.
That
How
Mexican
did I know?
restaurant is like the greatest
He's a
spot.
man of habit.
Well, that's the thing.
It's the greatest shrimp quesadillas ever created right there when you cross the bridge in Wrightsville Beach.
I know.
And you stop at Tower 7, you gotta stop every single time.
But I don't know whether or not to give you a demerit for going to the same place or to praise you because... where else do you go? That place is amazing.
Brian, for a guy that grew up going to Applebee's getting chicken tenders all the time, I'm proud of myself that I'm actually now doing shrimp quesadillas.
I'm proud of you,
You know
too.
what?
my life. It's not Applebee's,
You're
okay?
right.
I'm moving on
You're
up.
right.
You got to
Perfect
go
score
to the
this
trolley
weekend.
stop, though. If you go there next time, trolley stop's got the best hot dogs in the world.
Where is that in?
Wrightsville Beach.
Okay, it's in Wrightsville Beach. I've not seen that. I feel like Sarah and I, we kind of get stuck in the same area, and that's the Tower 7 area, which is right on the other side of the bridge we park, and then that's kind of where we tend to hang out.
Right. No, the trolley stops got, their hot dogs are that jam.
Is Britt's Donuts near all
That's
of
in
that?
Carolina Beach.
It's about 20.
That's a different island.
It was, and we're about 25 minutes off from that. So for us, it was like, okay, we want to do more Wilmington stuff today. We went to this coffee shop, which was great. Explored the little boardwalk that they got
the
there.
downtown area, yeah.
Had lunch on this kind of tiki barge, if you will, called Ann Bonnie's. Have you heard of that?
I don't know what that is. I've never seen that
Place
before.
was so cool, and I'm like, this is great. Then we did Wrightsville yesterday. So I wanted to say, for those listening who are kind of like me, who kind of tend to overthink things, and hey, we're going to do that next week, and then all of a sudden that next week turns into November, and you're like, oh, no, we didn't do any of that stuff. I encourage you to do it because we've done it a couple of times over the last month. We went to Charleston for my wife's birthday and then went to just a day trip to Wilmington, and it was so much fun. We look back on it like, man, we're so glad that we did that, not just hanging on the couch watching Chicago
doesn't it
PD
feel
all
like
weekend.
when you take a little weekend jaunt like that you really did take like a long vacation? Like your
That's
eyes
hilarious.
seeing something else really does change your mindset.
You are 100% correct. Kate, my wife, and I, we were on the couch last night after getting back from Lake Lure.
Just for 2 days.
3.5 hours west in the mountains. And I said the same thing. I said, it feels like we went on a 6-day vacation.
That's what it felt like.
Your brain
was just the
needs these
weekend.
things.
Brian, I'm with you. I could do a whole podcast about my Wilmington Wrightsville experience, and I'm sure you could too with all the things that you did over the weekend.
But to your point, this is just a reminder that where we live, we are lucky. Because Kyle and I, we used to live in landlocked Indiana
and it
with
took
nothing to
13
do.
hours to get to the beach, Brian.
There's so much to do. Take advantage of it, especially now that the weather's getting nice.
Okay, Dad.
All right. You're going to
Pile
go out
into
and
the
do it.
station
real
wagon.
quick.
Don't forget I'm proud of you.
On that note of what you just said a second ago about like how mixing up your days, I mean, there's a psychology thing I saw not too long ago that even if it's taking a walk on a different route or driving back home a different direction or going to a different grocery store, it could be the easiest and smallest of things to like get your outside of the daily routine, like helps tremendously. So I guess this conversation is just simply cheers to being spontaneous.
And take
I
a different
wanted to
route.
give you an update that I feel like I don't want to say thriving, but I've been doing more of that this year.
Proud of you.
And
Good
want to
job,
let you
bud.
know.